Welcome to ESPN College Football Prime Time, presented by Hampton Hotels. And you're watching the SEC on ESPN. It's one of the grandest openings in all of college football. Sit back and enjoy, everybody. Here come the Gamecocks. The Georgia Bulldogs. South Carolina receives. Georgia won the toss and deferred. Marshall Morgan sends it away. The point guard of the basketball team, Bruce Ellington, touches it for the Gamecocks. Out of bounds at about the 24-yard line. And now the junior from Flowery Branch, Georgia, played high school football for his daddy. Here is Connor Shaw. Different look with the formation. Shaw on second down with plenty of time, going deep. Battle for the ball and is complete to Bird. What a catch by Demir Bird, a sophomore from New Jersey. Jarvis Jones is 29, one of the great defenders in college football. Play action Shaw. Takes off. A very good runner. First down, Gamecocks. Steps out of bounds just across the 20-yard line.
And he eyed the receiver off to the left, Ace Sanders.
John Jenkins, 260-pound nose man, down for Georgia. And again, Shaw is going to put it up. Fires middle, open, touchdown, South Carolina. And it was Bruce Ellington, the young man who returned the opening kickoff. And Connor Shaw lit up the Georgia secondary. Adam Yates for the extra point, and folks, this has been a bit of an adventure for the Gamecocks, so hang on. Not this time. Perfect.
That's about the way you want to draw it up if you're Steve Spurrier. 5 plays, 76 yards, and a touchdown opening series.
Mitchell's coming out. Crease. Burst. 35, 40 to the 49-yard line. A tremendous return. A toss to Gurley, trying to get to the edge against this defense, and does. To the 32-yard line. Both Gurley and Keith Marshall possess outstanding speed.
Coach is telling us this week that Aaron Murray, in his third year as a starter, has a lot more freedom at the line of scrimmage. He's mechanically a much better quarterback, but he's making faster decisions, and he'll need to be able to provide that leadership tonight on the road.
End around. Mitchell will return the kickoff. And he is met by Holloman. Devontae Holloman, a safety who now lines up at linebacker, and sometimes in the nickel and dime will even line up at Mike. Play action. Deflected. Free ball. Dive. Did he get it? Holloman has it. Intercepted. On the deflection. Murray turns it over with another interception.
Brent, you just talked about Devontae Holloman. He's a former safety. He's actually walked up tight against Arthur Lynch right here. But watch how he tries to come in, and then he notices the ball is tipped. The instincts to be able to locate the football, he came in there, and that's where that background of being a safety comes in handy. The ball is tipped. 21's eyes went straight up, and he came in and got the interception.
Quarles deflected it. Holloman intercepts it. And it's Gamecock football when you come back. That is Ogletree, by the way, number 9, or you were just looking at. He's a junior. Shaw steps away from the rush. He's got great ability to get that first down. That's what you want from your quarterback. Second down and 8. Drops it off beautifully in the middle, and the running back is a very good receiver. Because the old ball coach is the man in charge, and here they come, 2nd and 10. Fake the dump off, now he goes to it. And Lattimore is across the 15-yard line to the 14. 2nd and 10. Ellington's right to the left. Got time, goes up over the top. Touchdown, South Carolina! Rory Anderson, the tight end from Powder Springs, Georgia, with a 14-yard TD, and the Bulldogs are reeling early.
Georgia defense is lost right now. Their eyes are in the backfield. They're looking at the quarterback. They're looking at Lattimore. They are lost in the play-action passing game. 2 wide open wide receivers.
And just like that, it's 14-0. And perhaps the biggest game in the history of South Carolina football. They jump all over the Dogs. Need 8 yards. Clowney down. Murray fires it incomplete. And the Dogs are forced to punt. Victor Hampton made the play defensively, number 27.
Brent, it started with a low snap from David Andrews, and I think that got Aaron Murray a little bit out of sync. Good job of even just getting the ball on a bounce. Got the ball in there to King, but good coverage this time by Victor Hampton. Close enough there where you'd like to think King can make the catch, but Aaron Murray did a marvelous job just to be able to get the football and try to stay in rhythm and on balance there to try to throw that football.
Ace Sanders is back. Another freshman kicker for the Dogs is Colin Barber, who's out of Cartersville, Georgia. And here comes Ace. Bobbled it, picks it back up. Scampers, 45, 50, breaks free. Still going. Headed for the end zone. Touchdown, South Carolina.
Brent, he had a return earlier this year against Missouri that you just don't see very often, and he might have outdone himself there on that 70-yard return for a touchdown. Wow, is he quick.
The old ball coach is thinking it's a long night. Sure. What a start. Sit back and enjoy, folks. This is a 70-yarder. And South Carolina is sending shockwaves through the SEC. Clowney spreads out just a little bit on Gates. On 1st and 15, the swim move, and he's got Gurley. Number 7 all over him with the swim move that time. No chance. They've got to keep an H-back over there.
And Gates, who just jumped, this time to the inside, the quickness. This is the difference, I think, with what we're seeing with Clowney. You talked about a swim move, the technique. Last year, he was a true freshman and just a tremendous athlete. This year, he's put on 20 pounds of muscle. He's using his hands. He has better technique. That was a great example of it right there.
They're looking at chops up front. It's 2nd and 17, and Murray's got to snap it quickly, which he does, off to Wooten. And Wooten with a big gain across the 30-yard line that time. Rantavius Wooten, and he's a junior from Belgrade, Florida. Caught and goes back to Marlon Brown this time, the senior from Memphis, Tennessee. Let us go to the studio. Reese Davis, what a night, Reese. Murray is searching for some dependable receivers that he can go to. Going deep downfield, incomplete. And he overthrew Malcolm Mitchell, the sophomore from Valdosta, Georgia. Gilchrist, the fullback, is right alongside him, and it's a quarterback draw all the way. Breaks free. And to the 34-yard line. That was a huge call, and Ogletree makes the stop, but it's a 15-yard run.
This South Carolina offense has been so balanced. Georgia right now defensively is guessing at what's coming next.
Keeps it on the read option. He took it back from Lattimore. The Dogs thought 21 was coming at him, and Shaw picks up another first down, 13 yards. Rambo makes the stop, and Shaw now has run for almost 50 yards. From the 46 this time, it will be the Hammer. Getting back to the line of scrimmage.
Todd Grantham's kind of sticking to his guns. He continues to blitz. This time it was Swan.
That is the end of the first quarter. A 21-point explosion by the Gamecocks. And Cocky is enjoying every one of those points. Stop here to get the ball back. Jet sweep fake. Shaw on the run. Gonna keep it and not get the first down, and he takes a blow from Ogletree. How do you do? Clowney's got him. He sacks him. The running back ran right by him, and I thought the back was going to chip on that play as he beat the tackle.
Brett, watch the chip. This is a true freshman. He's going to learn eventually that you cannot do this. He's going to help Gates. Gates has no chance to block Clowney. Absolutely no chance to be able to slow him down. The freshman, he kind of olays him with his right shoulder. They're going to have to put a tight end or a back on him every single time he's lined up.
This guy is shades of Bruce Smith, folks. This guy is a big-time defensive lineman. Wow, what a performer.
And if I'm Canarius Gates, there's nothing against him. He's a left tackle. He played last year. He's an experienced guy. But he's got to be going over to Mike Bobo and saying, Coach, you know, I've got confidence, but you got to help me out, especially on those longer pass plays where Murray's holding on to the football. And the SEC, in my opinion, the kings of college baseball, and really right here you have to start with the Columbia or with the South Carolina Gamecocks.
Kenny Miles is now in as the back. Couldn't get open as a safety valve. And Connor Shaw is going to be sacked back on the 31. And we're going to go to Reese for an update. Reese? Takes off again. Scrambles up the middle before Jones makes another stop on the quarterback. 3rd and 10. Pocket holds, fires complete. And that time it's Tavares King making his first. Well, I saw the San Francisco Giants negate Lawrence Taylor once with a guard pulling from the offside to come over and double team. And Bill Walsh designed that. And he tried to jump the snap count that time, and he just couldn't quite regain it and stay onside. That'll happen to the great Rushman every now and again.
He's trying to guess there a little
Prior
bit.
to the snap, offsides, 7 defense, 5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
It's a good job of mixing things up by Murray, but watch, he jumps, then he's caught. Now it's a tightrope. Oh. But a good job of snapping that ball by David Andrews to get the free 5 yards, and Georgia moves into South Carolina territory.
Carolina rushing 5, snaps it off complete to the 31-yard line. Mitchell, and Malcolm Mitchell kept the drive alive with this play. Third down and 10, and a terrific catch by Malcolm Mitchell. It's 1st and goal for Georgia here with 5:53 to go in the half. What a fine play by 2-6. It is 3rd down and goal.
Man coverage on the outside.
Looking to throw. And Hampton was there defensively. A very dangerous throw by Aaron Murray. And Hampton was on the receiver.
And give Hampton credit for anticipating that outside, kind of the back shoulder fade. It's the play that they just had success moving down into territory. That's a great look there by our guys to show Victor Hampton anticipating that and getting a hand on it to knock it away.
Down 3 touchdowns. They're going to go for it on 4th and goal. Murray didn't get it. South Carolina takes over on downs after the goal line stand. Swearinger was all over the receiver.
What a job here by Swearinger, Brent. Man to man on the outside. They tried to set up a rub route, kind of a pick, and the South Carolina defense did not let him get to the goal line.
There's the play action. He is going to throw out of it. Going to go down the far sideline and throw it away, basically. And it is 3 and out. And now they're forced to punt. And Georgia will have another golden opportunity here. Didn't they look great? Great win. Murray stands tall, incomplete, and he overthrew Marlon Brown. He has not been on target, Herbie.
All year, looking at him throw, he's just looked like a different guy mechanically. He's had a chance to be able to step through his throws. His fundamentals of getting back and having confidence in his wide receivers has been there. And right now, because of what he has faced in this first half, the amount of pressure he has faced in the first half, he's not been able to get into sync at all.
During the college football season, and he's going to take this huge lead into the locker room.
And don't go anywhere, because if there's nobody more entertaining at a walk-off interview with our Heather Cox than Steve Spurrier.
And for Mark Richt, it was a long first half here in Columbia. He leads 21-0 over Georgia at the half. Now let's go to Reese Davis in the studio for the Buick halftime report. Take it away, Reese. Clowney was coming again. And it's complete, but for a loss. Wooten is the receiver.
The runner, they want to keep him in the pocket the second half.
2nd and 16, incomplete over Hall's head with that pass. And so this first series is not working out too well for the Dogs. 3rd down, pressure coming. They hit him again. And this time it was from the other side. It wasn't Clowney, but Devin Taylor, number 98, the senior from Buford.
Try to plan for a running back. But when things break down and Connor Shaw takes off, that's backyard football.
The big fella is short. Jenkins, the nose man. Play action, Murray rolling to the right. He's in trouble, and he has to dump it off. And he was in trouble because Taylor was hanging on. Second and long again. Oh, the big fella. That'd be a fumble. Georgia jumped on it, but Clowney, and there's a penalty on the play, but Clowney was all over the quarterback.
Before the snap, false start, 12 offense, 5-yard penalty, still second down.
That was King who moved.
Who would ever think that King moving takes away this move by Clowney and eventually a fumble against the Georgia offense? But Clowney, imagine being a quarterback, by the way, and you got 7 from your blind side all night long. Even if he doesn't get to Murray, his presence is there, and that's why Murray's missed some of these passes that he's hit all year. It's because he knows number 7's in that blind spot.
And that time coming through was Sutton. Chaz Sutton, number 90.
Brent, again, Clowney creates the attention. Watch the left guard here. Gates, he comes out to help. The problem is, to the inside, Sutton has 3 sacks on the year. So the left guard kicks out because he's so worried about Clowney, and you cannot do that with Chaz Sutton, the junior at 6'5", 250. He's got fast twitch as well, and he goes right over top of the center, David Andrews, and gets in there.
D.L. Moore is the tall wide receiver to the right. And Shaw's going to come back deep now, and he's got him open, and here comes Moore. Toward the end zone at the 1-yard line. Williams saves a touchdown, 62 yards to the senior from Bowling Green, Kentucky.
Sean Williams, 36, gets caught up with the tight end Justice Cunningham, and by him being occupied there, the receiver Moore got way behind coverage. The ball is actually underthrown. He does a good job of coming back to it, but Brent, where is Sean Williams, and why is he looking at Justin Cunningham, the tight end?
Now remember, nose for the end zone. Marcus Lattimore, number 21. Spurrier loves to depend on him. Here he comes. Touchdown, South Carolina. Marcus Lattimore has now scored in each of his last 7 games. That's his 9th touchdown of the year.
We just talked about it before they did it. Up 21, stay aggressive, run the ball, take some shots downfield when you get a chance to find the matchup you like. Look at the pad level from Lattimore. It's like a human torpedo.
Adam Yates makes it a 28-point margin. Need 12 on 3rd down. Didn't get it. Good defense that time by Legree, who's made a couple of fine plays. Jimmy Legree is a junior from Beaufort, South Carolina. South Carolina football.
Tell you, Aaron Murray just cannot get settled. 4th down, he knows he has to get the ball out of his hands. Clowney unable to get to him, but he went up in the air and got in the way of Murray. Up and over again, Marshall tried to block him. Murray actually looked to his left, and imagine looking and seeing Clowney go airborne. Quickly came back to his right, unsettled, and just threw the ball up for grabs.
Bringing the clock down with a 28-point lead. Lattimore breaks that first tackle to the second level in the 40-yard line.
Sanders Cummings came on the blitz, the corner blitz from right here. He actually is free. If you don't hit Lattimore low, you're not going to bring him down. He just sheds the corner who was free on the blitz. No chance.
Breaks free again. Shaw keeps it on the read option, and Jenkins brings him down. Keeping it. And down at the 15-yard line, Rambo making the tackle for Georgia. So Gathers in there on the defense, and that's one of the few bright spots for Georgia here tonight, Irving.
Yeah, they got a good push in the interior there. Gathers, you can see the big fella gets his hand on it. Looked like maybe another big defensive tackle, but when you get a push by two 365-pound defensive linemen and the ball's kicked low, those guys are just huge. Gathers 350, well, depending on the day you weigh him, but 355, 360. John Jenkins as well with a similar size.
Does just get it off, but it was incomplete. Intended for Jay Rome, was a safety valve, but he was under pressure from Surratt.
What's happening on the outside is South Carolina is jamming the Georgia wide receivers. They're making them work to get open. And when you have a defensive line and a pass rush like South Carolina, and these receivers all night have been facing jam and press coverage, and they're fighting to be able to get to their spots, by the time they get to their spots, Aaron Murray is either sacked or he's just throwing the ball to get away from the pressure.
Third and 12. Deep middle and almost intercepted. Almost picked off by Bryson Williams. Barber punting again for the Dogs, and Ace Sanders is back deep. Ace is going to try from the 20. Going to cut back. Going to swing left if he can get there. Does. Breaks to open field. Coming down the sideline. And he was out of bounds. And a couple of flags have been thrown.
Two fouls on the play.
It was one of the best shows we've ever had as far as the energy. It's carried over into this game tonight.
Decline. Holding on the receiving team number 10. That foul will be enforced 10 yards from the end of the kick. First down.
And so Lattimore will be given a break here as the final seconds of the third quarter. And I want to remind everybody that, you know, we've been talking about the running backs here. There's some pretty good ones, Herbie, coming up right after us. Washington, Oregon. I mean, the Ducks have got some pretty flashy backs.
They do, and Washington coming off the big emotional win at home. Now they got to go to Autzen Stadium. It's always a tough environment. It's a rivalry game, if you didn't know that. These two teams don't like one another. It'll be tough, in my opinion, for Washington to hold on for 4 quarters against those numbers from the Oregon offense.
So the third quarter comes to an end. 4 fingers aloft. 1 more quarter. 24 hours to celebrate. And then, Cocky, you can start thinking about that trip to Baton Rouge. Third down and 4. Shaw on a running play, and he's short, and he took a pretty good licking down there, Herbie, and one of them was that great linebacker Jones, number 29, was jumping in there too. And of course he's got that great running back, and look at him stuff that front against the quarterback right now. And there was movement. They got it. They picked it up. Use the hard count,
Yeah, I mean, if you're Georgia, it's 4th and 1. They're up 28-0. And I know Steve Spurrier, hey, he's a risk taker. but why are you even thinking of moving?
Because he's probably not going to go.
Well, I mean,
he's just going to sit there.
Yeah, he's going to give you the hard count. Why would you fall for that?
Offside, defense number 9. Underneath the zone, causing the offensive career. 5-yard penalty results in first down.
That's just a lack of discipline right there. And I understand that's Jarvis Jones. I understand you want to try to get off the ball, but play work to perfection, just the way he drew that one up. And the thing is, he'll take as much pride in that play right there as any touchdown the whole night. He'll want to talk about that one with the media boys after the game.
It's 1st and 5 now after that penalty. They'll come with the runner again. Lattimore breaks to daylight, crosses midfield to the 46-yard line. So when you look back at Marcus Lattimore, Mississippi State, now watch on the outside, number 21. Watch that left leg. Cut down, out for the season, ACL. Then's when you got to go to work in the off season. The hour after hour of hard work and the drills out in the field just to get ready. And now you're back.
Great shot in that empty stadium. Visualizing a night like this when it's 100 degrees out and nobody's there. What are you doing to get back to get to 100%? That was a beautiful shot.
And Herbie here tonight, he's got 108 yards. Okay. He's rushed for 108. Miles is now in, has replaced him. Over on the sideline is the great running back. He's had 11 100-yard games here. And there's the first 2 that you talked about.
Yeah, to think about what he's been able to do. And we talked to him Friday after their practice. And boy, what a nice guy. Just a guy who is selfless. He's all about his line. He's about his teammates. And he said, you know, Georgia has one of these defenses where they play the 3-4. There's some bubbles up there. And I don't know. I just kind of find some creases and have had some success.
Not a burner, Coach Spurrier says, but he picks up valuable yards, tough yards. Here's Shaw now. He makes a cut, stays on his feet. Beautiful run for the first down. What a dandy little run by the quarterback. And the flag comes flying as he goes down out of bounds. Let's see if Rambo or somebody was guilty over there.
I think it was Herrera.
Following the play,
Rambo
personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 18 defense. 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, it was Rambo.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Miles going to burn time now. Jenkins finally makes the stop, but it's another first down for this grinding machine. We haven't talked a lot, Herbie, about the offensive line of the Gamecocks. They deserve some credit. They've done a really good job. It's the last 6:24, and the Gamecocks have really done a job on the clock. Walked in. Connor Shaw, touchdown. And that, folks, is Sean Elliott. He has done a terrific job with this offensive line and the run game. The co-offensive coordinator. He's from Appalachian State. Some of you might remember one of the biggest upsets in recent memory. Appalachian State beating Michigan in the Big House. He was one of the coaches at Appalachian State that day, and he's done a fabulous job with this offense. They ran the read option at Appalachian State, and he brought it in here, and Spurrier says he's done a heck of a job with it.
And he loves, the reason he's so excited is that's exactly what they ran right there to perfection. They haven't run it a lot tonight, but they ran it here, and the All-American Jarvis Jones came down on the running back right there. An easy read for Connor Shaw, making the coach happy on the sideline, and takes it into the end zone. Boom, baby.
Malcolm, the ball carrier. Breaks free, one more to break. Short of the end zone, good strong run down to the 3-yard line, and Brian Williams finally bringing it down. So the Dogs trying to save a little face here by preventing a shutout. That 20-yard run, and Malcolm certainly deserves a chance to get the touchdown.
225 pounds. He's running through these arm tackles from South Carolina's defense. And we talked about how the defense from Georgia didn't necessarily listen to Mark Richt to show some fight. Well, this Georgia offense got the memo. At least they're going down swinging here in the final few minutes of the game.
Here comes Malcolm. battling toward the end zone and on into it, and there's the touchdown signal. So Georgia scores with a couple of minutes remaining here in South Carolina to avoid the shutout here tonight. You know, it's interesting in checking the South Carolina defense in the red zone this year. They'd allowed only 3 touchdowns in 12 trips in. I mean, this defense of South Carolina's didn't just grow up tonight. I mean, they came in pretty stout.
No, they did. And they're experienced in the right areas, and they have tremendous depth up front, allowing them to stay fresh up front, which is going to give them a big advantage against any offensive line they play.
Collin Klein is a fine quarterback for Coach Bill Snyder in Kansas State. This is a chance for some of you Gamecock fans to see Mike Davis, very highly recruited freshman. He carried a couple of times, and that'll do it. There's the old ball coach. He's had a lot of battles with Mark Richt through the years. When Mark was the offensive coordinator at Florida State, Steve was the head coach for the Gators, and now he has beaten him 3 consecutive times as head coach here at South Carolina, and that is a first for the Gamecocks. The old ball coach does it again. Herbie, a quick final thought.
Well, it'll be a big showdown next week with this South Carolina team on the road in Baton Rouge.
Well, thanks for watching ESPN, home of the Discover BCS National Championship game here tonight. In the state capital of South Carolina, the Gamecocks dominate Georgia.